BVP 1460 WNBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com.
Turn off your TV, turn on your mind, and turn up that radio. It's AM Beaver County on 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and 1460 WNBA.
And we're back on this Tuesday morning edition of AM Beaver County. And now I'm joined in the studio by the man who has a few hats wearing these days. He's the director of Parks and Recreation, and he's the new head football coach of New Brighton, and he's a hot dog roll enthusiast. Tony Caltury joins me in the studio. Tony, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming on. So first thing I want to talk about today is something that came up at the commissioner's work session last Wednesday, and you had brought up. It involved the Old Economy pool and the number of lifeguards being sought and the number of lifeguards that are being hired. For those who don't know the situation, sort of explain what's going on.
So we have a community pool at Old Economy Park located in Harmony. For the last couple months, we've been trying to recruit and retain some lifeguards so we could safely open the pool. This isn't a singular issue for just Beaver County. We've spoken with other surrounding counties that are having issue acquiring lifeguards as well. So my fear is that we cannot safely open the pool at this time due to the lack of lifeguards. So we're still in the recruitment process. We've reached out to all the local school districts, all schools that have swim teams and other community areas that may have avenues to reaching young high school or college-age children that would be interested in lifeguarding at the Old Economy pool. The search is continuous, and we're going to continue to attract some talent to open the pool and get those lifeguards in. But it's a true concern about acquiring more lifeguards so we can safely open.
And this is also, too, not just to open the pool, but making sure it stays open, because that's something else that was brought up, was that for the usual operations, it would be first couple weekends throughout May and June, into starting Memorial Day, and then it would gradually go into a 7-day week. But if there aren't enough lifeguards, it doesn't seem like that's feasible.
No, typically we open the weekend of Memorial Day weekend, and then we are open weekends until Ambridge School District officially closes for the year, and then we become a 7-day operation. Currently, we don't have the lifeguard number to make it a 7-day operation. And even if we get to a safe number, we have to look at alternatives, whether it becomes a 5-day operation or whether it be like Wednesday through Sunday and off Monday and Tuesday, just so we can safely man the pool with our lifeguards where all patrons can safely enjoy a time at the pool.
Now, you mentioned that the recruitment is out there for high school students and for college students. Is it limited to just those, or can an adult be a lifeguard in that situation?
No, absolutely. There's no limitations. We actually sent a mass email last month to all season pass holders, notifying them of the issue and see if they had any interest or know of anyone. We sent out countywide emails to our internal staff if they know anyone to lifeguard. So we're open to anyone and everyone willing to be a lifeguard at the Old Economy Park pool.
Yeah, I was curious about that because I know that usually, for the summer months, it's sort of the typical summer job for teenagers and, young adults who are just looking to, make a little extra cash in between, semesters. But again, the fact that it could be adults is an interesting thing because you never really hear about that. And unfortunately, you never really see that either. But it is a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely, it is a possibility, and we would welcome that. But we need to, since it's a seasonal job, we're looking for someone from Memorial Day to right around Labor Day when we fully close the pool. We're looking for anyone and everyone willing to participate in the lifeguard operations.
Now, if someone is interested and they would need proper training, are you looking for trained lifeguards, or is it just something that?
So we are looking for trained lifeguards prior to employment, but the Beaver County YMCA also offers classes where interested individuals will pay for the class up front, and the Recreation Department at the end of the year, we'll reimburse that person if they complete the year. So it'll be basically free reimbursed training if that person is interested and stays the entire summer.
Now you say entire summer, so this would be something for down the line, perhaps like next year if someone wants to, get the training and then become. So it would be too late for them to get trained now and then be a lifeguard this summer.
No, there's still time. There's still classes being given by the Beaver County YMCA and some other local pools that can train for the lifeguard. So it's not too late by any means.
I guess I should have rephrased. It's too late for them to train to become a lifeguard and then become a lifeguard in time for the pools to open, in case someone's like, oh, I really want to help out. Well, the process takes a little longer than that.
It's a couple-week process, but I would still encourage those individuals to attempt and complete the class and get them on board at the Old Economy Park.
Okay, I'm learning along with everybody else, so forgive me on that end. But that's an interesting situation, and like you said, it's affecting pools and counties everywhere. It's not just in Beaver County. And just one question before we go on. Why do you think that is?
I don't have a clear answer on it. I don't know if it's wage related or other opportunities that are paying other higher wages or other opportunities, or I know the demand of college and high school is very stressful as it is, and just taking a break in the summer is sometimes necessary. It's a large commitment, and we understand that. Working 5 to 7 days a week for a 19 to 23-year-old is a lot to ask, but I don't have a clear answer why we're not attracting, and it's a statewide issue.
Wow, that's unfortunate, but hopefully for the sake of Old Economy, that does get closer to rectified or fully rectified by the time Memorial Day gets here, because we're only about a couple weekends away from that. So
we currently have 4 individuals that are signed up for lifeguard. I believe 7 to 8 lifeguards on staff would be a nice number where we could open to at some operational state.
Yeah, because if you try to run 4 people throughout a course of a 7-day work week, it would probably not be feasible, and it would lead to a lot of issues and whatever the case may be. So if when on this particular part of it, if someone is interested in that, how can they get a hold of Parks and Rec or whoever they need to get a hold of?
So visit beavercountypa.gov. Under employment, there's applications to be filled out under lifeguard. So you'll just fill out the application. It'll get forwarded to me by our human resources, and then I'll reach out to further the process.
Awesome. We'll have links up that later on at beavercountyradio.com. And of course, we are getting into that season, it's the summer months and everything else. And what are some of the big events that are happening sort of in the next couple weeks leading up to Memorial Day in Beaver County?
So some of the major events that are coming up, obviously in late June 25th, Beaver County Boom is a Beaver County staple. Collaborating with Push Beaver County, Visit Beaver County will be a large sponsor of that event moving forward. But in the next couple weeks, I know Mines and Meadow ATV, of course, has a large Memorial Day kickoff weekend for their season as well. That includes some quad riding, bonfire, and DJs like that. A lot of this information is on Visit Beaver County calendar of events, so you could check out everything going on throughout the Beaver County. And if you have events to submit, more community events, there's an easy process where you can add your event and be seen on visitbeavercounty.com. Oh,
very nice. So if anyone just has an event that they think is worthy of the attention, they can just submit it to you guys. And is there? I imagine there's probably a small review process when it comes to that.
Yeah, our marketing coordinator Gretchen Diatri will review that and make sure that it's proofread and get it onto the website. It's a fairly quick process, and we can get it up and running. So when people are searching events in Beaver County, that they could see it, whether it be the dates upcoming or all the way throughout the summer.
Awesome, and we look forward to that because again, there's many of opportunities in Beaver County that people will think, well, what's going on this weekend, and there's a lot of you just do the searching and you make the effort to find out about it.
Yeah, I know Pitt International Raceway and Big Beaver has their race circuit starting up. So there's many, whether it be the Pittsburgh Grand Prix or the Moto America motorcycle races throughout the weekend. They have races every weekend almost. The car cruises. I know Air Heritage Museum is having a car cruise plane event at their place as well.
Yeah, and then that's coming up this Saturday, Wings and Wheels, and we'll actually be out there for that one.
Perfect. Yeah, I plan on being out there as well.
Awesome. Now, one last thing I want to ask you about, and we'll talk about this a little bit because I don't think we're going to get scot-free away from this. So the last time we spoke, you became the head coach of the New Brighton Lions, which is, how does that even feel? Does it still feel like real to you at this point, or?
No, I think this is something that I was really looking forward to over the last couple of years as I pursued. I've been a high school football coach for the last 13 years at various schools in Beaver County, but it's still at the surreal moment where we haven't really started practices yet. We started some workouts, but it's a true honor to follow Coach Greco, who followed Coach Urcito. So I know I got big shoes to fill at New Brighton High School. But we're excited. The community's excited. I've starting to meet a lot of the key people in the community, and just learning about the culture and the history of New Brighton and where their football program has come from.
Yeah, and it's been quite a storied history, from the days of the '80s to sort of a renaissance a few years back, and any high school has highs and lows and peaks and valleys when it comes to performance on the field, but again, it seems like a new leaf is being turned with you guys. And you say you've been a coach for a long time, 13 years. Well, I guess some coaches be like, that's nothing. But where have you been, and sort of where how did it get to this point?
So I've coached at Central Valley High School. That was my longest stay. I was there for 8 years under Coach Lyons. I was at Aliquippa for 1 year under Coach Mike Warfield. And then we moved to Western Beaver, and then most recently Blackhawk High School.
Wow, that's a pretty solid resume. That's because again, that's not just one sort of area. That's all around the county. So you've gotten that sort of thought process on because it's not just a matter of the X's and O's and stuff on the field. I mean, I don't think it's a controversial statement to say that those schools are sort of different in their sort of oeuvre of parents and students and athletic abilities, classifications, and to get that experience at all those different levels, it has to be a major benefit going into this.
It is. Each school is greatly different from each other, but I think the key and the successful programs that I've been a part of, organization of the program has been clutch, and Coach Lyons did a wonderful job in that, and also empowering his staff to help make decisions and be a part of the planning of a program. Same with Coach Warfield at Aliquippa. He allows his staff to help make decisions on the program itself, not only just X's and O's, for the betterment of all of the student athletes that we have. And that's something that I'll continue and I've learned from, and I think is vital for the success of a program.
Right, and I was going to ask you that because if you're learning about spreading things out, letting your coaches and your coordinators do what they need to do to bring it all together for the betterment, why not use that strategy this time around? And again, that sort of creates this element of it's not just the teamwork between the players on the field; it's the teamwork with the coaching staff. That's about as essential as anything else as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Our coaching staff being prepared and empowered to make decisions and bounce ideas off each other is going to be vital for our success. And so our student athletes know that I'm going to push the limits with our coaching staffs and their knowledge, and continue some professional developments of making sure we're getting the latest techniques and skill and schemes so we can continue to progress as a program.
And that's going to be an interesting transition because again, for all these years as a coordinator, now you're getting to be the head role. Now you're getting this part of now I got to sort of take what I've learned and maneuver it to all these different areas. I have my coordinators now, and I have to sort of check in with them and see what they're doing. You sort of have that oversight instead of just sort of that pocket where you were for the last several years. I imagine that transition is going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I think the big transition is now being the head of like some booster organizations and building the excitement around the program and learning that fundraiser. I think that's the big transition from an assistant coach to a head coach, is now being that head person and the face of the organizations and the fundraiser you run, to make sure our kids are getting the best equipment and gear that they need to succeed.
And, it's funny that, it all sort of comes full circle now that you say it that way, because, being the head of, Parks and Rec and sort of, being sort of, the mastermind behind the tourism of Beaver County sort of does give you that advantage into the head coaching role of being part of the booster organization. Like, who do we get to ramp up the parents and, get them excited for events coming up? Oh, the guy who runs events for the county itself. That seems like a pretty solid advantage.
Yeah. It's all about marketing the program and branding the program where it's seen throughout all 4 communities that make up New Brighton School District, and brand our student athletes that are interested to play at the collegiate level to college coaches as well. So it's twofold, to the community and also to potential colleges that we can promote our athletes to.
Yeah, so it should be a fascinating first year coming up for you, and I'm sure we'll hear plenty about it in the coming weeks, as I'm sure, you get to come. I know you'll be back here because we do have the Coaches Corner coming up in the fall, so we'll see you for that. But, Tony, I appreciate you coming in once again to talk about things going on with Old Economy Pool, the new role as head coach, and all the other things going on in Beaver County. And, again, we'll have the links to reach out to the Department of Parks and Recreation for those who want to put their events up, or for those who want to see the events that are happening in Beaver County over the course of the next couple weeks, months, and throughout the rest of the year. So, again, Tony, thank you for stopping by today and sharing that with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. You're listening to Beaver County Radio, 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and 1460 WMBL, presented by St. Barnabas and streaming live at beavercountyradio.com. News next, followed by Beaver Falls Mayor Kenya Johns at 8:35 this morning.
Some things just seem to go together well. Like salt and pepper, love and